I know performers who left equity after decades and others who never joined on purpose. And honestly, I get it, because right now the industry is shifting fast. In this video, I'm breaking down the real reasons performers are leaving the union and how that might impact your career decisions. This video is part of a growing series that I have on this channel that's really diving into understanding AEA and union life versus non-union and whether or not it's going to be right for you. So be sure to check out that playlist. I'll link it down in the description box below. Right now, we're seeing a rise of performers questioning if being a part of the union is right for them. And this isn't right or wrong. It's just, is it right or wrong for you right now? So why are performers leaving equity right now? The first reason is because there is a lack of audition opportunities. As it stands right now, EPAs and ECCs are very challenging to be seen as a union member. Oftentimes, slots fill up very often for appointments, and at other times, it's really hard to be seen at an EPA just by showing up. It does happen, but it's more challenging now than ever. There are also fewer contracts being available for union members. Regional theaters have always had a large group of non-union actors working in equity houses. But what we're seeing now is instead of a large amount of contracts being offered to equity members, we're starting to see a downsize. So more non-union contracts, not just for ensemble, but for supporting and leading roles. And this truly is because of where we stand right now as an industry and as a business, because we always have to keep reminding ourselves, no matter what, that we love this career. We are passionate about it. It is our dream to perform, but it is a business. And so what we're seeing is a lack of contracts being offered for union members, which then in turn makes the competition greater for you to book a job. We're also seeing a big shift into smaller cast sizes. One of the shows that I have seen on repeat on audition season this year is a show like Million Dollar Quartet, shows that have a very small group, a very small amount of contracts, even available, whether it's non-union or union in the first place. So there is a smaller pool of work to be had out there for union performers. Also, many houses we are seeing are opting out of providing housing for union members. So oftentimes they are holding auditions, not even in New York or even LA. They're just holding auditions in their area, in their city, because they're just not financially able to provide additional housing for out-of-town artists. Another reason that a lot of performers are deciding to leave the union is the financial pressure and stress. Many of us are going much longer without booking work than ever before. And because there are so few contracts, the competition is higher, and you may just not be right for a role this season. With the current state of our society, we're seeing a lot of people say, I just financially can no longer support myself as a performer. I need to leave the city. I need to be able to pay my rent or my mortgage or support my family or support my kids or my partner, whatever situation that you may be in. And I no longer want to live this life that is a gig style life. Between the cost of traveling, housing, being available for auditions, that financial stress can often make it near impossible for someone to continue in this industry. And it makes it harder to say, yeah, I'm going to take a contract. It's going to be 2 months of my time. The pay is good. I get to perform and do what I love. But then if I leave my current job right now, how am I going to support myself when that contract ends? This gig lifestyle that is truly how our career works can be very challenging. And a lot of people are deciding to leave the industry because they just don't want to do it anymore. We also have to continue to pay membership dues every single year, even if you don't book audition work, even if you don't get seen at auditions, even if you are not even showing up, you still have to pay your dues to have your card. So a lot of people are deciding that that's just not worth it for them anymore as a union member. Another reason why people are deciding to drop their card is the flexibility outside the union. Some actors want the ability to say, I want to work a non-union contract in the area that I'm currently living. If you decide to take a 9-to-5 job or take a job that really fulfills you and you're not in New York, you're not in LA, and you're in a smaller city with less union contracts, a lot of people are saying, I just want to perform. And the non-union work, it pays me good money as a second or third job, and I enjoy doing it. And I get so much value out of it that I just don't need to be union anymore. I would rather just work a non-union job. There are quite a lot of tours going out that are non-union, and a lot of people are deciding to drop their card because they want to work. And they're okay with getting lower pay because there are more opportunities that are available for them, the lane that they're in, and the work that they want to be doing. A lot of people are starting to do other jobs that do not require them to be part of the union, and they don't want to pay the dues anymore, like cruise ship jobs. And they're making great money. They're enjoying it. It's something that fulfills them in this chapter of their life. And so they're like, it doesn't serve me anymore to be part of the union right now. And a lot of folks out there are shifting careers and doing something that fulfills them in a different way. Doesn't mean they're no longer going to perform, but they're dropping their card because it just doesn't serve them right now in their life and the work that they're doing. The emotional toll that being a union performer can take on yourself is another reason why a lot of people are deciding that they no longer want to be a part of the union. Burnout, disappointment, feeling unseen in the industry as it stands right now is leaving people to consider dropping their card and finding something else that fulfills them in their career, whether it's in the arts or whether it's in something completely different. There's nothing wrong with saying that I am choosing a different career path than I set out on. A career path that, may be different than the degree that you got. Maybe you have a degree in theater or musical theater or dance or directing or just acting, and you thought that was going to be your career for your entire life. And so you joined the union, or you took your card because you got a contract, or you've been union for decades, but now it just doesn't serve you anymore. And that's okay. Because another reason why people are questioning dropping their card is this idea of feeling constantly like you need to be a professional, and the toll that takes on your mental health, your emotional health, and your financial health as well. Because we constantly think, I'm a union member, so if I haven't been auditioning for a couple of years and I go back into it, well, oh my God, I have to take voice lessons, maybe dance classes, acting classes. I have to figure out how to self-tape because that's the way the industry functions right now. I need to get an agent because I don't have an agent anymore, or I didn't have one before. And I have to have demo reels and clips and actors access profile and the on and on of the madness that we go through right now. And a lot of people just don't want to do that, don't want to invest in that point of their career because it's very consuming to them. And that's okay. But a lot of people are deciding that keeping up with that professional outside sphere is just not worth it, because most of the time, the jobs that we take are not going to be consistent. They are not going to last long enough for you to really get ahead financially, unless you're very fortunate in this industry. And this gig lifestyle is a little too much of a high and a low for some folks in this industry. The pressure to stay professional yet not get paid a full professional wage can be very challenging. So a lot of people are deciding that it is just not worth it for them anymore financially, number one. And that's completely understandable. You have to make the decision that is going to be best for you in this chapter, and dropping your card may be the next decision that is best for you. Feeling like equity no longer aligns with your goals is another reason why many people are dropping their card, because it's just not worth it for them anymore in the line of work they're doing, in the lifestyle that they lead, and in the daily work that brings them joy, fulfillment, and financial stability. Here's what you need to consider before switching from union to non-union. What are your goals right now in your career? I don't care if you're 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, in your hundreds. What are your goals right now? You, not anybody else, not what anybody else thinks. What are your career goals right now? Also, what is your strategy to obtain this next chapter of work as a musical theater performer? And does that align with being equity or not? Also, what is your flexibility regarding both the location of where you are? Are there enough opportunities available? Are there auditions available? And the second flexibility side of this coin is the financial flexibility. Do you have the ability to take a contract and then end that contract and still be financially supported? Or do you have the flexibility to travel to auditions to New York or maybe even LA? And is the timing right for you in this chapter based on all of those questions that I've just asked that I want you to answer? Whether you're union or non-union, this career is yours. And it is yours to shape in the way that you see fit right now. And that may be different than the past couple of decades. That may be different than it's going to look in the decades to come. Don't let labels define your path. Use your strategy to take one step forward every single day. So it's actionable steps moving forward, rather than letting other people's thoughts, other people's judgment and noise guide your path. You get to make those decisions for yourself. I want you to check out this video next. I think it's going to be extremely helpful after having this conversation, and I'll see you in that video.